Hello and welcome back to Bracken Fix. My name's Pete and here we have my beautiful Commodore PET 2001-8. It was actually given to me by my amazing mother and father-in-law who found it in their loft of all places. Apparently it hasn't been used for over 25 years. In those 25 years the only thing that has happened is about 2 weeks ago they plugged it in and the screen came on and the cursor came up and then the screen was filled with text. And now when you plug it in, that's exactly what happens. It just fills it with text. I'm a really big fan, I think I've mentioned it before, of Adrian Black, who's got a channel called Adrian's Digital Basement on YouTube. I will link it in the comments. And he refurbished one of these, and he had something mildly similar, and it was the video RAM. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the motherboard out and wash it underwater in the kitchen. I'm going to say that again because if, like me, I've worked in IT for 25 years, the thought of putting water anywhere near a computer fills you with dread. You probably didn't believe what I just said. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to wash it underwater in the kitchen. Not only is that crazy, but some people actually put the motherboards and all the chips in the dishwasher. I mean, mind blown, let's be honest. But I'm not going to go that far. I'm not quite that confident, but I am going to wash it in the sink. And that's the way to get all the dust and grime off, I believe. So this is going to be an interesting one. This is intended to be actually a bit of a series. So I want to do each part as an episode. So we will have an introduction and we will get the motherboard out and wash it. We will then do a episode where we fix the tape deck. I think it works. However, it will need at least a clean, possibly a service. The keyboard doesn't work, but so we're going to take that and clean it and do whatever we need to do with that. Obviously, clean the entire chassis and all the internals as well, and anything else we find as we go along. There is one slight weeny problem. I've never even seen one of these before, let alone fixed one. So this is going to be a venture for all of us. So let's get it open. I will show you what 25 plus years worth of dust in a computer looks like, and we'll take it out and get it washed. Right, before we get going and open this up, let's see what it actually does when we turn it on. So I've plugged it in. Let's flick the switch to the back. Okay, so there's a very high-pitched squeal, and as you can see on the screen, lots and lots of text. As far as I'm aware, oh, okay, so actually pressing number 1 does put number 1 on the screen. That's good. But I don't think anything else works. Something that's really bizarre is that not only is this keyboard really small, but actually it's all in a line, and you don't realise that obviously it not being sort of slightly offset is actually quite weird. So although it is actually a QWERTY keyboard, it's actually quite difficult to use. But okay, so basically number 1 works, and that looks. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. So and I can also put in a colon, but that seems to be roughly it. Okay. Oh, let's just have a quick look at the tape player, shall we? Okay, so that makes a noise. That's a good start. Oh. Okay, so reverse, rewind, should I say, and fast forward seem to work as well. So, okay, well that's quite promising, and the screen looks relatively clear as well. Obviously, it needs a clean, but and here we are inside the belly of the beast, if you will. As you can see, there is a significant amount of dust in here. So over here we've got a number of capacitors. That's a very big one. I don't really want to be touching that. I did try and discharge it by unplugging it and then turn the power on. I think that discharges things. I'm not going to touch it just in case I'm wrong. You've got a huge amount of chips here. What's nice up here is that some of these are actually socketed. Again, thank you to Adrian Black for making me realise what that is. I have bought a socket or a chip puller from Socket, so I'm actually going to take all of these out before I wash it. And maybe check the legs if there is too much corrosion. I have bought some very, very fine wet and dry just to try and sort of clean them up really. So just to let you know, the plan is that I will take this out, so I will remove all of these connectors. Obviously, thank goodness I've got lots of pictures and videos so I know where they're going to go. I'll remove all these connectors, remove a few screws around here and there. So basically take this whole board out. We're going to wash it in the sink after taking the chips out. And then what you do, it seems, is you spray it then. Once you finish washing it, take it out, get as much water off it as you can, and then spray it with IPA. The idea being that will displace the water, and then you let it dry. So I've got all those things. So while this is out, we will then try and clean as much of everything else as we possibly can. And then we'll work on actually cleaning the outside at some point as well. And then also have a look at this tape cassette player as well. Right, okay, so next job is to try and work out how to get this board out of the chassis. And then start pulling some of these chips. So I'll get a screwdriver, and I'll come back once it's on the bench. Wish me luck. Well, here we are out of the chassis. As you can see, it is very, very dusty. But there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of damage anywhere. I can't see too much corrosion, if I'm honest. Obviously, these connectors over here aren't fantastic, but you know, we can clean those up with a bit of IPA and maybe something else. We'll try and get these chips out of their sockets in a minute. Let's flip it over. Okay, well that's not too horrific. Oh, sorry, that's not too horrendous. I'll be honest, there's a little bit of some sort of corrosion on these here. so sure about. I think maybe what we will do is put it underneath the microscope a bit later, but we'll give it a good clean off first before we start worrying about that. There's a little bit more over here actually saying that. So yeah, I think a good clean is probably what's required. Got a spider as well. That's fantastic. Right, okay, so let's try and get these chips out. Like I said, I have bought a proper chip puller or chip removal tool, so I'm hoping that's going to make our lives a bit easier. Let's, oh my goodness, let's have a look. Okay, so here's my chip puller. I believe all you do is you put it over here like this. It grabs underneath. Not fantastically easy to film, I'm very sorry. And then you pull upwards. I'll be honest, that's not really moving. We'll try the next one along. That doesn't seem to be moving either. Now, when I watched Adrian do it, sorry to keep referencing him, but he really did. He was the one that gave me the confidence actually to do this, to even think about even contemplating something like this. But when he did it, he actually used some picks. So I actually bought some picks. So why don't we try that? If it works for him, hopefully it'll work for me too. So we're just going to put the pick underneath the chip and okay, and sort of angle upwards and right, movement. Let's do the same on this side. You know, there is a chance these chips haven't been moved since, you know, sort of 1977, 1978. So, you know, to be fair, that is quite a while. It is 2022 right now. Oh, here we go. Okay, so that chip is now out. I've bent one of the legs slightly, which is slightly upsetting. But we have a removed chip. Yes. Okay, so this one here is a 8237 SY6502A. No idea what that means, but yeah, that's what that chip is. So I'm going to have to reference where these were from the videos, I think. So yeah, that one was in there. So I will put that safe, and we'll keep going. I'll speed this up. I'm sure you're already bored of this bit. So yeah, we'll speed this bit up. Okay, that's all the chips removed. You can see the huge difference between here and here. Just shows how much dust there really is on there. There's nothing else I can do with this now. I think it's literally just a case of putting it in the sink and washing it. So it's quite late here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the chips somewhere nice and safe. Probably take a picture of this setup because that kind of shows me where they go. Plus, obviously, I've got this video. And then tomorrow, it's time for its it's time to go in the sink. Yes, very excited. I've got lots of lovely little brushes, and I've got my IPA ready for when we need to start drying it. So yeah, let's do that. Right, well, here we are. It is now time to do what I never thought I would ever do, and that is actually wash a motherboard in a sink. So there's no two ways about it. We just got to go for it. I've got some nice brushes that I think were really going to help. I'm sorry about the sound quality. I'm in my kitchen and not my studio, so I do apologise. So I think we should just get to it. So I will wash this under water and using the brushes, get it as clean as I possibly can, and then we will try and get as much water off it as we can, and then we will spray it with 99.9% IPA, which apparently helps it dry, and then I'll let it stand for 24 hours and hopefully it won't be damaged in the after that. We'll have to wait and see. Right, let's just do it. Right, I think I'm actually going to end the video there actually, because this would be a good point to stop. In the next video, I think we will do cleaning of the chassis, the inside and the outside, and then work on the keyboard and also the tape player, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.